Cool beans. All right, let's get this final started. A whole lot of questions I cannot wait to have answered before my very eyes. And of course, to all of you tuning in at home, I hope you're well. And I am very, very excited to be bringing you this one. My name's Machine. I've got Sponge hanging out here on Inferno with me.
Clear favorite there from the 1xBet odds at the top of your screen, leaning in Gambit's favor.
Can't really fault them for that. I mean, yeah, okay, 2 undefeated teams, fair play. These boys have both not dropped a game in their Pro League runs to this grand final. It seems only appropriate that they are the ones that clash here for our final.
Looks like it's going to be a quick explode here onto A. 4-hour Apps down, going to be coming late up middle with that P250 smoke in hand. Lobs it out, and there's 2 inside to deal with. Axile and Inters deadly over with this A duo.
Yeah, and already finding a nice headshot. So Heroic have taken Pit and plan to force Axile into unfavorable duels. That's a bit of a mess. He's already found the head. Now Inters could be vulnerable. Where is that rotate? Refresh has got so much time. The cavalry arrive now in Library. And down goes Inters. The site now under Heroic rule. A fake plan. Interesting, and they go for it. 2 pushing into the site and quickly put the bomb back on the ground, as well as 2 bodies from the Heroic roster. Leaves down. No armor behind this P250. And it's right back to feeling like he's
Look at them all on the site.
Entering into the site.
Yeah, how's he going to get past this? Has to hit 3 absolute bangers in there. Oh, these odd angles. Presented with the first. 35 seconds now. They're just going to whittle him away here. Stown's going to go down. What does he have left in him? A couple kills here would be nice. The round itself looking more and more unlikely, but Stown, he's hanging around.
Yeah, fair play. He's just hoping for one, and yeah, not going to be given to him. Gambit get off to the start they desire. Holding Heroic's A pistol out of the gate.
Yeah, so if we just take a look at Gambit's CT side, right, we know that we've got Hobbit and Nafany over towards B. We've seen that duo. They throw the Molotovs down Banana, but they never full send, right? It's quite rare for them to go for that full Banana control. On the other side of things over towards A, it's all going to be about Axile and Inters over towards that balcony position, playing Pit, the site, Pit, crossfires, and Shiro, he's the float, right? You'll see him over towards Arch with the AWP, swinging over towards B. They've been bringing that in a little bit more in recent times. And for Heroic, you know, these guys, once they get territory, that's where we're going to see what kind of games they can play against Gambit, but spotted towards second mid, nade lobbed on out. Not going to do any damage whatsoever, and this is just a light investment from Heroic. Glocks, 1 P250 and a couple of flashes.
I mean, you know, when I see that buy and I see this map, I can't help but feel that flashes for an elapse pop and a dreamy plant does sound like the most common strategy.
Yeah, I think they're just doing one of the standards. We need a really nice name for this. We might need to come up with a definition, but just milking out the nades, making sure the CTs will have to reinvest next round. It's just Nafany with a full kit left at this point. So they still have 1 minute and 10 left on the clock, right? We'll see a lot of this.
I'm brainstorming it. Because, like, look, there's $600 they'll never get back just because they didn't hold W from spawn.
And they haven't used the flashes yet as well, right? So it's really showing no indication in this utility's coming out for free. I suppose try and avoid the MP9s of Nafany and Shiro, but either way, not the end of the world. We got the entry flash here from Refresh. That's going to push anybody off the line before they swing this corner.
Very powerful pop. Catches anyone, even on that close first orange as well. And Nafany... he's going to get run down. Where are the bullets?
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus! 20 bullets later, Shush has actually got Nafany, and the bomb, unfortunately, a bit too pushed up for Shiro's liking. He's got full control, and everything calms on down.
Well, they're going to get Cadian. They're definitely going to get Cadian, and Shiro wants to be the man. That's a nice bit of extra cash for him. AWP can come out. He has 6.8.
Oh, CT Orpa getting 4 kills with an SMG in second round. That could not have gone any better.
Feels nice. No one has to drop him either, so he's self-sufficient, old Shiro. Now, the money for Heroic, they can buy, right? That's why they took that save. But what are they going to do to kick things off?
See, the game right now is on in the VP offices, and Sanji's just going, you see, dude? You see? You can buy it yourself.
Now, if you just take a save...
Anyway, jokes aside, it is time for the first buy, and I'm ready to see if the Fakey boys can do much with a little. They haven't got the perfect util. Might have to be a bit more of a direct approach for now, just hoping to catch any mid peaks, and that's Shiro putting the AWP straight into the feed early.
Nice and easy for Shiro there, and it's a big opening with no territory taken for Heroic. Now up Banana, they know what they're going to be dealing with on this B defense. There's so many different looks. Nafany loves to get boosted triple, the standard flower pot boost. They even stand over towards Sandbag and take those type of fights, and guess who is here? Shiro's rotated over in time.
I'm excited to see Heroic tested here. We've had halves, which felt competitive, but so far, Gambit untouched. Hobbit with a calculated incendiary to call that right side clear. And Shiro actually not able to handle the super wide swing, so that baits out the shot.
Oh, they're quick back towards middle here.
Yeah, and Nafany's even floating catwalk, speedway. Oh my god, okay, so there's 2 on A. If they go quick enough, the smokes are fading long side. If they want to take that back, Axal's only got a FAMAS to defend this. It's a good flash, but unfortunately, it actually catches Axal. His peak will be late. And there's Refresh putting a crucial frag on the board, especially if Shiro can't do much with the smoke there. Can't contest this. It's being held. Down puts the AWPer down. And Refresh onto the A defender. They have the sight. Heroic. Okay. Early man disadvantage. A 4 versus 5. And they just bait and switch.
That mid to B, arch side, I think if a team works how to play the rotations correctly is the crux of Gambit. We've seen it a couple of times, right? We've seen it a few times where they've lost those positions and the rounds get a bit jankier. They lose control because there's so much more mystery. And if Heroic have come out the gates here and that's what they want to punish time and time again, I cannot wait to see the Gambit response.
So you're telling me, and you've actually spoken about this.
I was talking about it yesterday.
I'm getting nostalgia. Yeah. I've heard that before out of your mouth. So yeah, the long side of their CT setup, what is it just the gap when they rotate? Like, is it a bit awkward when they lose that information? Or?
Shiro's there a lot, right? Yeah. He's either over towards B or he is towards that long side. And this sounds silly because Shiro, for most people, is their best player along with Axal. But the smokes, you can just push him back to line and line and line again. Now, some of the ways that Gambit deal with that is they have that 4-man setup towards A. They play really heavy on mid, right under the porch. They got one guy close towards that arch side as well. And they try and fight to deny you mid control. But in a situation like this, you could see Nafany floating back, Shiro in rotation as well. And that arch side was the weakness.
Yeah.
We know as well, late rounds, Gambit like to go more towards the site. They even give up arch and just try and really hunker on down. So I'm going to be really interested to see what Heroic do. That is a pressure point, and first round has already humbled Gambit. They will be taking a save, just this save then 4 of Hobbit. USPs are plenty. Deagle for Shiro, smoke for Inters, and yeah, passive setup out the gates.
I learned a lot actually in that interview the boys on the analyst desk did with the coach/owner of Gambit. I think it was actually really interesting, just the concept of explaining that Hobbit is this secondary caller. So, you know, this whole, you know, perhaps overly blown idea of Hobbit being the old guard helping nurturing the new talent. There is genuine elements of that in their leadership structure.
The thing is, you have somebody in your team who's won a major, so when he says something in a pressure moment, you know it's coming from a place of experience.
Or if Nafany's thinking out loud and Hobbit gives him guidance, that's going to be, yeah, he's certainly got the CV to back up his input.
A lot of this, right, is just about having the respect of your teammates, and Hobbit has that. So it's fantastic for him within this younger unit
and
to be that.
And a perfect contrast to Cadian. I mean, you're looking at a leader who has and can make calls, go B at 20 seconds, your teammates just pull their knives out and their pants down and run. Let's go. Charging into the site. It is not going to be the Hobbit M4. They've managed to find and isolate the site with just the USPs. A bit of a spread of the molly. Finally forces Inters out, and there shouldn't be any more issues there. Just Shiro.
No risks taken, right? You can see that execute. It's picture perfect. They had all the mollies they wanted. The flashes were good. The flight paths were run, and they weren't forced to work for it. That's the beauty of a bit of an eco round here. Hobbit doing his best to hold on to the M4 again, and Shiro's just going to see what he can find, but Refresh, he might be able to cut them off at the knees here. If he takes that rifle away, it will hurt a little bit.
Nafany T-stairs, though.
Yeah, he's kind of between a rock and a hard place here, Refresh.
Okay, so that's an AK-47.
That's a big pickup.
That's a huge pickup, and he's so isolated that they'll just be able to save that anywhere they want.
Oh, they're going through spawn. Shiro might grab one on the way out the door here.
Oh, another AK falls. This is a lot of damage. Stan will have to evade the radius at that point. Brought down to 34. Shiro sticking around just to try and make it as costly as possible.
Oh, no.
Take it! Take it! The radius might finish the job. You smart cookie.
Easy as you like.
Shiro sets his team up for success, and they leave an eco with 2 AKs and an M4.
That is beautiful work, right? That round looked like absolutely nothing. Heroic get away with a free execute. There's nothing being contested. And then on the exits is where we really see the damage. So this is going to help out Gambit's buy. Things are looking good for them. Full util for Axal and an AK. That is always a scary combo. Hobbit's then went a little bit strapped, but they can make this work.
It does seem like Gambit, one of the many reasons that they are finding so much success is their economic awareness. Remember we watched them as they sat in spawn after losing 2 early frags, and it genuinely broke NIP's
like
money.
round 3 of the game
round 3, and it just looks silly. So does Shiro sitting there with a bomb shooting at the Deagle on the floor, but it's all about the grand scheme, the macroeconomics of a Counter-Strike match.
Ooh, good amount of pressure here, top banana already. You need to force this util out, and they will. Nafany, how brave are you? Down's taking some space. The smoke will drop.
Wants to go through that.
Looks like they're going fast.
Yeah, flash and smokes arrive, but Hobbit does too. Can't tame the spray. It's only 1. He was good for 2 there, and that might be enough to win the round.
this is the thing, right? If you can pressure this B defense like this time and time again, we know how passive Gambit like to play on that site. They want to give you a lot of room, and Heroic take it immediately. I think the response we'll see is Shiro over towards top banana early, or one of these 4-man top leans. Either way, Heroic with a big gun round.
What's your take on that conversation? It was started recently. You know, the idea of comebacks being easier on the T side just because you get 2 frags and you force those saves out of the CTs, and the economy itself can be a burden.
Yeah, I think a lot of it as well is about how you can operate the best. Now, I know that sounds a little bit silly, but let me try and explain myself. Everybody would want to have full buys with all the util, right? But some teams are better at operating with half buys or, just with rifles. I think the CT side, the problem we do have is, when you have the rifle round, if you don't save, you're onto the deagles, you have another rifle round, just that cycle, right? And we've got rid of the hard resets, but that one right there just means it feels like every second round you're giving one away for free. So that's why we do see so much saving. But I'm with you there. I think that you have to concede. You can't just get stuck in it. And I think actually being CT side on the first half, there are some problems because you're thinking long game.
Yeah.
Whereas your CT side on the second half, you're a bit more desperate. So it works both ways.
I like that you've been able to find 2 sides to the story.
Yeah, the older I get, the more that seems to be happening with things.
Yeah, it's crazy what perspective will do.
Yeah, less of a stubborn mule than I once was. Still pretty stubborn.
Yeah, well, this is what
less
happened.
of a stubborn mule.
You're marinating around less stubborn people. It's rubbing off.
Marinating a lot of people in that room. Heroic have, well,
I hope the AC is good. Otherwise, it's going to get pretty gamer stanky. Like, we're talking iSeries Day 3. You know, when you walk through the halls and you can just... It smells like body odor and rustlers.
Well, our room smells like a...
0 to 60 and... what is it? 0 to tasty in 70 seconds.
Yikes. It always reminded me of sausage rolls from the canteen.
Ooh, yes. Love me a greasy sauce. Wait, what? Up banana. It's down. Cadian darking for early control, and that Apt Smoke does have a gap at it, so Axile's advance could be punished.
They have sent the AWP towards top banana with Shiro there, and that's going to force Nafny back on this rotation.
Axile knows there's a gap. He's thrown that many times. This is his routine, and as soon as it fades, he drops his incendiary. Eventually, faffs around on the balcony. He doesn't have Shiro. Sometimes they opt for the double setup. This is just him. Hasn't chosen to drop the can of flame just yet. He suspects there's pressure from every angle and will drop off. Heroic want to pop here. 3 about to flood out the balcony. What can Axile do? With the combination of inters, it seems Gambit have already found the first necessary frag, and the third as well. Cadian into the site. He's only got 1. Don't fancy his chances here. Shot in the side of the ear. And Stown just going to be looking to maintain what little he can. It will be an AK-47 if he's lucky.
I think the problem there for Heroic is the call wasn't bad. It was just they didn't get the trade, right? If they were able to trade as they came out of apartments, the call wasn't terrible because of the lack of info that Gambit always are operating on the CT side. Stown, does he want the AK or does he want the loss bonus? Looks like he's going to get the loss bonus. Shiro takes the shot. 3-3. All tied up here in the early stages. Money there is for the buy. The only one lacking is Stown. He can be dropped from Cadian. So no dramas for Heroic going forward. But if they can isolate this setup, exactly like they've done here, right? You can see Nafny's in a bit more of a limbo position, but this is what they're aiming to do. Try and operate in the darkness, get out, make sure you trade efficiently, and then winning those sites is almost like winning the rounds here.
Yeah, there's just 3 swift duels back to back to back, determining the fate of Heroic's T side. Didn't work out for them this time. Let's see what the call might be. Similar split and pick. Not much damage early on this banana contest. Quite happy to give them control.
Straight in.
Yeah, and it's Shiro tagged up. Nice from Cadian. That will force him onto a more passive line.
Once again, though, as soon as they have that AWP info, look how quick they go back to A. As soon as they know where the AWP is, they respond.
You're right. This worked out well for the long take last time. Trying to force Axile back out of that balcony. He has been drained of utility. But he actually wants to push back in. So denying the apartments area. Nafny's rotated back.
Hobbit's in banana.
So Axile versus Refresh is the first head-to-head. They swing in short contact. And that was what Axile was waiting for. No one else to come. Instead, it's Inters. No vision at all, but he has Nafny in support. And looking good, looking great as Tessus falls. Nafny's M4, he needs bullets. I don't know if he's going to have time to do so. More nade damage. Ouch, shush. Just a fraction of health left. And then rotates in. Nafny ready on this off angle. Cadian trying to nutmeg him as it fades. Nice find. More to come, perhaps. It does have to come down to Cadian's AWPing. They've got the rotate in. If Inters could just get forced off the line, Shush confirms he's still on the box. And Cadian, unfortunately, been jiggled out now by Hobbit. He knows where you are. And you just caught on the scope in. Okay, nice defense. Gambit 2 in a row as well.
Well handled there. And so many players in awkward positions, right over towards Graveyard, but not completely stuck on in, making it hard coming through the smokes. And Axar winning those fights, that is going to be integral. If they lose one of those players, one link in the chain goes. Heroic have the chance to flood on in, but they are just denying. Here's Nafany pushing up the Graveyard wall. That smoke is stifling as well. The problem with this is Shush is so low, but at the same time, you almost think, do I keep the body alive just so Cadian has something to play around? Either way, not the case. Gambit back in the lead, 4-3, pistols out, and Shiro aggressive as you like. These type of plays, right, it's obviously risky to get...
One lead in the bedroom.
But they're so confident in their individual ability and knowing they have the better guns, right? They can't be flashed off the line. It's just about pulling the trigger first. Well, he pulled it, didn't hit the shot. They know what they're up against here. Here in the pistols, a bit of spam here, there, and everywhere. Gambit should be pretty relaxed about this one. We have seen some rounds fall out of control. Remember the Deagle kills yesterday onto the site. So there's always that chance, and well, that's where they're heading.
And this is one of those awkward moments where it looks like there should be no way in, and then...
Two kills happen,
and we end up going, well, they'll probably have to save, and it just completely inverts the narrative.
Okay, well, the conga line, they don't know where they want to finish right now. Back and forth, up banana, down mid, and then a smoke just lands at 50 seconds.
Do you think it would be weird, Chad, if I threw a party once the pandemic was over, do you think if I whipped out, I don't know, a limbo pole, is that still something that would be cool?
I don't know if it's ever been cool.
Okay, good point.
Oh, if you're asking if I would participate.
Would you participate? I know you're not particularly flexible. Would you be down to, you know, we're all chanting, how low can you go?
I'll give it a crack.
Yeah? Everyone's cheering. There's carbonated beverages.
I'll stay away from the fizzy drinks.
Yeah, August 31st.
All right, we'll try and line that one up. All right, 20 seconds left, and Heroic are making an audacious maneuver here. They need to go down before the round ends, otherwise there'll be no loss bonus. So they need to run on into this, and they do. The blender, it was up, and Hobbit and Nafany, they're going to drink that smoothie. Oh, that's not a very nice visual.
No, not at all.
Heroic in a smoothie.
Oy.
All right, well, maybe we get a little bit more of an explosive nature out of Heroic here.
Could feed the 5,000 with that smoothie if you put everyone that's in the room.
Oof. Oof.
It's a lot of nades. I'm loving the decoy from Cadian. There must be a real reason for that, you know? Like, he hasn't thrown it away. This is a strategical decoy purchase.
Oh, you think?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
100%.
We'll keep our eyes on it. There comes the molly. A little bit later than Cadian was expecting, but that's, well, denied both of them information.
Yeah, and it's actually been a really kind of interesting learning experience for me just to learn and see why teams don't hesitate. As soon as that molly comes in and you throw that smoke on it, just because there's so many maneuvers that can come off the back of it, Tessus immediately finding Inters. It's actually... Inters going looking in apartments, leveled immediately upon Shiro's AWP. Back to way... Chad, you've definitely nailed it. As soon as that AWP fires a bullet, they're off to way. And Nafany trying to transition back into the site. He didn't get caught, but he didn't get the info. And now it's going to be smoke before Shiro can make the call.
Oh!
Straight through the smoke regardless. And now they're ready. Nafany to take first contact, or is it going to be Axile? Tessus does open it up. Where is the trade? Shush can't provide it. Cadian can. Site is his. A 1 versus 2. Trying to shape it up with a fake plan. That does not really fare too well for Cadian, unless he wants to go walkabouts.
Hurts him more, unless he goes mid to B, but this seems so unlikely. He has no idea where the CTs are.
He's going to get a shot in the back in about 5 seconds. 4, 3. That's the end of that.
Handled there by Gambit. This is looking very, very good. Heroic struggling in some of these gun rounds.
But I'm sure there's more polish to it than just Shiro's fired a shot, let's finish A.
I think that one was because not only did we see Shiro get the AWP kill, Nafany had the flash assist, and if Nafany's there as well, that would tell you that there's probably 3, because Hobbit tends to anchor a bit more, Nafany
Stop
rotates
being so
around.
smart, Chad, God's sake.
The little details. That's what she's all about here, the Counter-Strikes. So with the OS bonus the way it is, maxed on now, we will see a partial investment for Heroic. It's going to be some Tech 9s, bit of Kevlar, some nades behind it. And all in all, like, they've done all right, like in terms of positioning themselves. It's just that final moment, getting across the line, and Axar with 8 kills, Hobbit with 8 kills, Shiro with 9 kills. You can see where the multi-kills are coming from. need to deny that. The trading really needs to be on point against a team like Gambit.
How old's Down?
Oh, he's got to be probably 18, 19.
Okay, so how has he got a 10-year coin? Did this kid DM at 8?
I think he probably came out of the womb with a mouse and keyboard in hand, being Danish, so...
Before he took his first steps, he took his first clicks. Right, Shiro wants mid-info. Jumping across, very brave against the Deagles. Doesn't believe that it's a threat, and fair play. Confidence in his own aim. Cadian was pre-aiming it and pre-firing it.
Trying to reverse whack-a-mole there, Cadian. Got that banana control that they were looking for, and once again, we know these passive setups on the B bomb site. The utility gets held onto by Hobbit and Nafny for as long as they like. They want to have their smokes, mollies to defend the site, not just the mouth of banana here.
Feels like a commitment. Nafny, usually pretty damn comfortable in these scenarios. He does tag up one, but they are flanking through construction. Inters finishes what his teammate started. More pressure, though, from Heroic, and they just need one Deagle to start proceedings. It's not going well. Double nade. Hobbit and Inters combine. And that's the end of that. Gambit definitely on their feet now, digging their heels deep. And Heroic, nothing to show for their Deagle round. They'll be back into the weapons again. It's not going to be everything you want. No T-side AWP, that's for sure. And they're starting to build a real nice bank account. The fact that Shiro's got 10 grand in reserve, that's a product of his one death so far.
And the thing is, nobody from Heroic is popping off at this point. They're all the same amount of frags, right? We've got 4 at the high end on refresh and then 3 for everybody else. So you can see it's not like there's a weak link in the chain. It's just as a team right now, Gambit are looking much stronger.
Double nading pull late into the B take. It's pretty perfect.
Bit of a dunk contest there. All right, Util off the half wall. Trying to pepper Cadian, aware of that. And they're doing this 3-man top banana setup time and time again. Shiro is here once more with the AWP. It's crazy how much confidence they have in Inters and Axile.
Isn't it?
Those two individuals just locking down A. This is wild scenes as they're pushing in.
Yeah, retake Molly and the smoke comes more naturally. Oh, but just throws it out to extinguish and maintain.
The thing is, if you start dumping the tool you have right now as Heroic to get back that banana control, you won't have anything left for an execute, right? So they just have to wait. They just have to respect it.
Oh, they're not ready for it. Great spot from Hobbit. Catches it. The trade needs to come in. Shush delivers it.
That's a trade. That's what we're looking for.
Hectic. Nafny's tucking in just as it fades. Tessa should have him. He spots him, I'm sure. No, he didn't. Or at least alert. Still swings out. Headshots exchange. It's looking good for Gambit. Down and Shush make it just down. They're all down. Axile and Inters, the A defenders with 4 in the round.
And if you can't get past them, you're not going to get anywhere right now. This is looking ridiculous from Gambit. The trading, right? It looked good up until that point. And then the multi-kill comes in. Axile and Inters for 2, and then, well, Axile for the rest. So one man gets it done, locks it down, and we're getting a little bit pumped there. Another grand final for Gambit. They must be feeling at home in these.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think it was really interesting as well just to have the, see that Gambit's mental still has some development to be had after the comeback we witnessed yesterday. It nearly happened. It really did nearly happen. And Nafny explaining it to Frankie early in that interview as well, that they just genuinely were acting like they'd already won. And at a scoreline like that, it's easy to happen. It's happened to the very best of the Counter-Strike world. You see it just getting a bit ahead of yourself and getting punished for it. NIP, of course, playing a good game as well.
Look at Shiro, right? He's not even worried about A. He's already rotating back over towards this B bomb site. And we've only had what, the first 30 seconds of play. Oh, they're going in.
They're straight ahead of the smoke. Already. Oh, you want a multi-kill? He's always got one for you. So is Nafny.
Oh, they're getting owned.
Yep, double spray down. The rest is just cancelled. 3 in the end from Nafny's B hold. So basically, you've gone A, and the A defenders just smashed you with multis. You've gone B and you've just got smashed by the B defenders and their multi-kill prowess.
You're not getting a plant.
You're not getting the bomb down. Your options now are starting to feel a little limited. Now, I will also highlight, this is Heroic's map pick, and in a best of 5, you're picking this map because you consider it your best opportunity, or one of the best opportunities to start with the W.
Yeah, when you consider that Heroic get to pick the first one and then obviously the third map, in those kind of scenarios right there, for a team to close out a best of 5 in 3, that's the dream scenario, right? You want 2 of your maps in the first 3, and they have that here, but the bigger issue is Gambit don't really have any holes in their map pool. And that is something that I don't think anybody can get around.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Inferno was the closest, right?
Yeah, but everybody keeps trying to test them on it in officials, so they're getting so much practice, right, against all these different styles. And what I thought was the weak point, they have not been able to return to here. That arch side, it hasn't got a look in at all. So
You mean that round Heroic won when Shiro was forced to walk through library smoke?
That's the one.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're going to see much more of that here. We've only got, well, a handful of rounds left. So this first half has disintegrated, and Heroic, nobody is looking like double digits in terms of frags.
So it looks like it's going to be an Apps pop. We've seen this one before. It's actually a bit more armored and Tech 90 this time. But they've got 3A and are ready for it. The issue they're going to encounter is Inters and Axal cannot have immediate frags. You have to shut these down. Bouncing, nice movement from the Danes. Tess is making space, a lot of space, and it's immediately met by bloodshed. There they are. Axal and Inters put their name in the feed again. And Heroic's dreams of a 4th round denied upon entry.
It's looking way too easy. This is, already warning bells for Heroic here, because you want their individuals who are sharp to be getting some warm-up, right? Hitting a couple of nice shots. They're not getting anything done. And it's not even just from like they're being out-positioned or out-called, they're just being out-fragged. And that is one of the bigger issues that I think they're going to come into here today.
Warning bells, warning bells.
Yeah. We might need a soundboard with a jingle for that one right there.
It just sounds less intimidating than what's the actual word? Hang on.
A siren?
No. Alarm bells.
That's the one.
Warning bells sounds like something you'd put on your cat, you know?
That's true, like just so you know it's coming. Yeah, okay. Well, alarm bells, we'll upgrade that if they don't get any more rounds.
Yeah, okay, so right now it is just the cat bells, but another one. If this ends 12, I think the alarm bell comes out of the box.
Surely they can find Axal here. So he's tucked in behind his own smoke.
No, it's all calculated.
Of course he is.
As it fades, he then walks away. He has incendiary if he has a feeling of threat. And then by that point, it's 60 seconds, and you probably group in B.
Yeah, and he's got someone in the side. There's a flash coming in for him. Someone's pushing through a smoke to help him on and out.
To be fair, Inters has no info top mid right now. He's just literally just jiggling long.
They're operating with no info at all, right? They just got top banana back this second.
Such a delicate balance you have to strike between information that's worth the fight and information that perhaps can lead to a round loss. Gambit do seem to have struck a beautiful equilibrium at this point. Half-wall smoke tutorial from Shush. He hasn't chosen to deploy it. Instead, they might contact, or at least indicative of such. A boost comes in.
This is ridiculous. They're set up fortified now, 2 in sight. Well, when you get this late round, you don't want to be playing 1 coffins, 1 CT, because if they execute, you're going to be smoked off. They have 2 sight. They're ready to deal with this, and even more utility being lobbed their way. Third man in swing of Hobbit isn't that far, just at the cusp of Speedway.
Sure, he's even got a smoke to land perfectly upon the execution. A flash to delay them further. This is so perfect. Hobbit's going to be there in time, and he can unload his mag, and he does tag. Refresh low. Shiro's already found the first, but that's necessary. Heroic have found the B defenders.
Oh,
Then some. Nice find, straight through the smoke. Finally, something lines up for Heroic, and it felt like dire straits for the majority of that.
yeah, there's a new mission for the Gambit players right now, and it is not to win this round, it is to take away as many guns as possible here. Inters and Axal, they can give it a good look in, and if they get gifted a kill, then maybe we'll see them accelerate, but if they can just deny these guns, make sure Heroic have nothing going into the final round of play, that's even better.
Their best bet to save would probably be construction side. Axal likely to advance at Banana towards the end of things. Going Banana now. Interesting stuff. So I don't know how active Axal plans to be on this one, but bomb about 5 seconds. He's got another 5 off the end of that. Shush on the elevated logs, but it's the AWP from Stown that should keep him safe. Oh, hello and goodbye. Heroic not only taking the round, but keeping all 4 alive. That puts him in great stead to have all the bells and whistles for our 15th.
And not the warning bell, so this is good. If we can get Heroic up to 5 and then they win the pistol, we are back on in a very big way, but that's a big if. Good stuff here by Heroic, not overextending, not getting ahead of themselves, understanding the objective. And Axal losing the AK, look, he's very handy with every single weapon in the bloody game, so I'm not sure it's going to be too many dramas, but it's all the little difference makers. Shiro ready to pop pick mid. Axal's down.
Hello.
Aggression.
Hello. Cadian was scoped up T-stairs, so if he goes early...
They're not even checking bench.
Yeah, and from behind they'll strike. Axal does get traded. Shiro, however, is there to keep it in favor of Gambit.
They've
That's
played
just up second mid.
passive on mid and passive on Banana the entire game, and then now the final round of the first half, they just push straight down the guts.
And it's Cadian that he finds. 2 to the good. Early advantage Gambit. Nafny is boosted up over that. He'll be spotted out. A nice frag from Stown.
He's
He wants
going.
to go. Yeah, he wants to try and punish Hobbit with a bit of early pace. And first oranges. Doesn't check. Can't adjust. Powerful frag from Hobbit because that was Sound testing the water for a very quick commitment on B.
Yeah, if he gets that one there in, and they're looking good for the 5th, but right now Refresh needs to make some magic happen here.
Enters this time upon the departure of Exile, taking that balcony responsibility. And Shiro to swing out Library if Refresh does get that frag. Here we go. Shush crawl in. He might want to take that fight first actually from lower. Refresh to swing for the trade.
He's not even looking.
Oh, Shiro catches him. And that's going to leave Refresh looking the wrong way. It doesn't even matter. Shiro handles it. Gambit, 11 to start off this best of 5, and they're sprinting to take Heroic's pick away from them. Let's see what the Dane CT side shapes up like. Heroic take to the defense on our first map of the day. It is Grand Finals. We're looking for a champion of ESL Pro League Season 13, and it is the two undisputed, undefeated squads, Heroic and Gambit. It hasn't started too well, but it looks like Smiles and morale boosted and Smirk spread. Gambit taken to the T side though, and Chad, you know how I talked about those deliberate decoys? Well, let me tell you, Gambit are about to once again shift the meta with the triple decoy pistol.
Let's see how they use them. We're not seeing any aggression out the gate here, just shush picking on down mid. Now, for a game that started 3-3, it has blown on out.
I do love to see a Hero, P250, Kev for Shiro. It's very effective for taking those long-range duels. And speaking of duels, dualies on Cadian. He's hanging out in the apps with them.
We never see anybody convert more than one kill with those. In officials anyway. I'm sure at home in practice it's lighting up the scoreboard, but let's see what it can ring today.
Decoy number 1. Partnered up with Hobbit to sell. Just let me have this, okay? I'm convinced it's going to be a player part.
Well, number 2 just got dropped as well there, Alex. So trying to bait something out of the B defenders. Not going to get a whole lot and not pivoting anywhere just yet.
They are still planted 3B.
That's true. And if they continue in this formation, Gambit might be ending towards that A bomb side. It's 2 players over towards the pit side. Cadian with those dualies. Shush is here as well. And yeah, Cadian, he's hoping to get a spray down from here.
This could be it for the dualies. It's a perfect weapon for the... Oh. He's dead already. Glock is all it took. Shush is dead too, and those 3B defenders feeling mighty silly now.
You want me to be that guy?
Go on.
This round's done.
Thanks. Stown disagrees. He'll get a 1 before he saves. No, they are charging into the site.
It's good that he disagrees,
AK.
right? They've got these flashes, so they're going to need to get a move on. Refresh needs to help set them up here, but look at this crossfire. One in sight, one over towards Graveyard, one back a pit. This is difficult.
Yeah, it starts on short. A late arrival library, that's going to be a good finish. It can't be Tessa's first contact. Here they come. The flash is pretty decent. Forces Axile off the line, but now just 1. And it's gone. Refresh, last to fall, and Gambit do take the pistol. And with 4 alive, no less.
It looks way too easy. Those dualies, right?
First
at home.
First interview, I want to know. Was it the Glock? Was it the 3 Glocks spamming in Banana that kept you there? Were you stacked there?
Okay, you really want to know about the decoy. Okay. I just want some clips of dualies from the pros sent my way, just so I can see, because if I see somebody else buy it and get nothing done with it, what is... In practice, they just run at each other?
I don't understand how everyone's obsessed with it, but you're right. The only clip I can recall is...
that Keto clip.
Yep, that was actually the one at the tip of my tongue as well. Keto on Banana.
Yep.
I think I've seen 1 Hut clip, maybe?
I think Get Right got something about 17 years ago at the back of B, but nothing in recent history. Either way, flash towards top Banana. This is a force from Heroic, so really trying to strangle something back in a game like this. It is looking dire right now. If it's an A finish, it will likely just be a save. That nade is going to hurt. Oh, just softened up.
Just a mild tickle.
Well, that flash has to come on in. Those steps are going to be heard around the car area.
Flash is there, and so is the push. They've done well to find 2 frags
Now we're
there.
talking.
Yeah, we are. Weapons can be retrieved as well. That half wall cannot be held if you want to push other ways, and Tessa swings out to find another. Even Axile's having issues. I think the scout may have tagged him already. Cadian's finished the job, and Heroic, second round, could very well become theirs. They've turned it on its head. The weapon should be retrieved, an AK now for Cadian after finding Axile.
He has the bomb.
And Shiro is very loud about this. He knows Cadian was last spotted close towards the site. Back turn to it at the moment. And doesn't expect it. Cadian's got it for free. And a huge 3 AK save as well as a second round win.
Okay, well, there's the door creaking very, very slowly open. But they need to convert another. And if I'm Gambit, I'd probably give them this one. Look, we know we always talk about... Oh, they didn't get the plant. Never mind. It should be a force buy situation. Need to be getting the Deagles out here. P250's Tech 9, couple of smokes for them. So this is a real good chance for Heroic to get 2 on the row. Those AKs are in a very nice place. Head down mid.
All of the hype that round is just put into the ranks can be taken away if Gambit find anything here.
100%. It's going to make it hurt even more so.
At least showing face down Banana.
Yeah, I want to see the confidence. This fight is perfect. Stown, completely blind, gets 1 and even gets away. So this is what we're looking for. Heroic, they are sharp individuals, and we need them to show it here.
Yeah, and I do think that CT aggression could be a remedy to a lot of the Gambit maneuvers. If you can actually out-duel them, you're into a very different battlefield. Cadian, tagged. And that nades is perfect. They do back away in time.
Clean, keeping this one clean. Really important for Heroic here, right? They're still under threat. The Deagle's pushing up. Shiro, 17 kills, 3 deaths.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like a perfect time to just slow it down, dream of the 1 deeks you might find, pre-fire everything. Oh. And now they're just going to throw their bodies like lambs to the slaughter, 1 by 1.
clean. Good from Heroic. This is more like it right now. It should be the eco from Gambit coming on through. No plant. 2,400 loss bonus in the next round. Can get themselves something that will resemble a buy in round number 20.
I miss Copenhagen.
You do?
Yeah, I like that. I liked how we used to have like, yearly commutes we'd get to go and visit.
Yep.
And there'd be loads of like stylish and attractive Vikings, and they
were all very tall and all somehow very tanned.
Yes, and fit. And there's, I really just think we're all not as cool as the Danes.
That's
basically.
true. Yeah, I don't know how they've managed that.
Admittedly, I heard it's pretty damn expensive to do anything there. I think I paid 17 euros for a hot dog once.
Yeah, well, you never looked at what the conversion was back to
No, I mean, it's just
money,
KR, and I'm like, well, this is just Monopoly money. 223 of those, you can have them.
There you go,
Take them.
That was like
Thanks for the lollipop.
That was $23. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, Gambit are going to be taking what we like to call a tactical.
Yeah, you got any analysis for Nafany's approach right now?
Well, I don't love what he's looking at here. I've really struggled to see the architecture around this map.
Ooh, okay, so they do have like a... I imagine the plumbing must be quite complex around Inferno.
We watched a funny plumbing video last night, didn't we?
We certainly did. I think in a different life, I'd have definitely taken the... Like, they were preaching the dialogue.
Here we go.
No, Chad. They were preaching the dialogue of like, you can do anything.
In school?
Yeah, you don't have to go to university after. Try a trade. And there's a lot of push for that in my year in schooling. But I still didn't feel like it was a genuine path. I felt like I had to do uni. That was what I had to do. But if I'm looking back, I think learning a trade, I'd be significantly...
It's a lot more hands-on, right?
If I didn't land the dream job and get to live this fantasy that for some reason is my life...
Be a tradesman.
I'd probably try the trades.
Okay.
I think it would be just the satisfaction, dude. Every day's different. You're solving problems. You're using your hands.
Well, that's a nice kill. The Glock's actually working right there very late. Oh, dear, this one almost getting messy. Some dinks here, there, and everywhere. And oh, Nafany's grabbed another. They just weighed out the clock, the last minute spurt of aggression here. And
he's actually got another kill. He's faked it out. Brave. Oh, and Tessus is dead. There's no way. There is absolutely no way. He doesn't check the sound, but my God. Gambit spending 50 seconds in T-spawn.
It was more than that.
Talking about trades and bloody workshops, and he finds...
That was just Glocks. They have no business.
Yo, listen to him delegating there. There's fingers out. He's gesticulating his socks off.
How does this one get so out of control? This is just Glocks.
I have no idea. Nafany, though, with 1 health, 0 arm. That would have been a clutch of the century, dude.
Jesus.
That could have been the craziest of the clutches. 5 seconds fake and jumping short. Thank God Stown was there to put Heroic back on the board. Okay, everyone calm down.
Ugh.
7 found. That's important. Heroic are starting the CT side with 3 in a row.
Yikes. All right, let's recover from that one very quickly here as Nafany look like he wants to head on up middle here. The molly subsided. Nade just shy. And he's got teammates in the bomb behind him.
That was Nafany, right?
That was Nafany.
Bloody hell, man. You wanted more evidence that their individual skill is one of the many differentiating factors that puts them here in this grand final. I think there's no better recent example than that.
Lots of pressure on A here.
Yeah, lots. Smoke's already deployed on pit side, and the entire Gambit squad are starting to press the issue. Long presence. That nade actually bounces off of Tessus' face. And it's a great flash for the pit players. They walk up short. They're running out of nades. Good point. They haven't got a single one. So the rest will have to be bullets. Nafany wants to challenge Cadian. It's such a tight line, though. Does well to evade it. Baits the shot, forces Cadian further back. 3 CTs still on A. They don't want to go mid-B, do they? Nah. Wrapping long. Cadian calls it. They're wrapping in. Whose responsibility is this? It's Refresh, and he's gone. Tessus is still on site. He's got 2 angles to be responsible for. It's just a nightmare, especially now he's lost Pit. Double swung, enters trades, and now the site is theirs.
Shouldn't be the retake here. Stown and Cadian need to save. Think about how much damage they just took financially in the previous round to Glocks. Now they're looking like they're going to be wiped out.
Oh God, 4 rebuys from that previous
round. Like that is the bigger hurt right there. Nafany getting the clutch, so sure, that would have been miraculous. But the fact that they've had to rebuy, the flow-on effects of this for Heroic are going to hurt for a while now. And you can see that from Gambit. They threw so many nades. They didn't get the kills they were looking for, but they had the territory, right? They weren't being pushed. They weren't being funneled. It's not like they took a lot of nade damage or anything like that. They were just waiting for the fights. And then at that point, as soon as they pushed Cadian back, the 3 players on the site marooned, 5 coming on in. Trade's not working in their favor again. And Gambit, fantastic work right there.
You talk about leaders that make space. You know, you saw what Nafany just did there? He went solo long, strafed, wide swung on the AWPer, and then pushed even further to Speedway to confirm that Cadian was completely and totally on notice.
Yeah.
And that was what you were talking about, the isolation. We see how they managed to pull strings, short, bulk, and long.
Yeah, going to be frustrating, right? Because you're sitting there for so long. The smokes are up. You're dropping their own. The mollies are coming. You're waiting. And, well, Heroic have force-bored into this one. They've made it work. MP9 for Tassus, Famous for Refresher. Secondary AWP out on the table. First down. Could this be the difference maker? Double AWPs on the CT side is not traditionally the best setup. Bit of light utility use Banana. No real fight for control right now.
Yeah, they're not even interested in pushing aggressive. No info for either squad. Hobbit, did he just walk through a smoke? Yeah, he did. Just straight through it. To take that space pre-fade.
So they've been able to get themselves Banana control for free here. Nobody's taken too much damage. That nade from Tassus, oh, a bit shy. Hitting the half wall there, not as deep as he may have liked. And if Cadian re-aggresses, he's in trouble.
Yeah, perfect to peek off the flash, but they're already through. And so Shiro getting caught is a gift. Cadian repeat.
Oh!
Hobbit's found it. The AWPer shut down, and now Tassus, one man, an MP9, and a whole site to defend on his own. The cavalry's on its way, but he will be smoked. It's not easy for Stown to find impact. This MP9 has to do an awful lot. The flashes are good. The spray's better. The rest locked behind the flames. Smoke again, keeping Tassus safe. This is a great reaction from the Danes. And in fact, Shush has even pushed mid. Intus with the bomb. Losing that aggression seems to be the recipe for success.
Oh, Axel's not been heard.
Yeah, quick reaction out of Refresh, though. What can you do for us, Axel? 30 seconds. The bomb's under Shush. And not an easy duel to win out. Can he do it all? He certainly can. Nice work from the new addition. He's been quite quiet here on Inferno, kept caged. But 3 big frags from the new addition, him and Refresh joining. I mean, how long has it been now?
Not long at all. I think when it was Katowice, right? They was still with the old roster.
Okay, so yeah, since then, since they joined, and of course remaining undefeated, it's a 9-match win streak. We can go from there.
And this is good from Shush here. Everybody's been kept relatively quiet. This guy here with the big triple. I think Cadian will think better before re-picking into a fight like that one again.
Heroic's last loss was to Gambit in that lower bracket semi.
Oof. This is quick up mid again from Nafany. Nade to dissuade, and it will just be the pistols here. Heroic, you didn't keep it clean against the Glocks. Let's see if you can keep it clean against the upgraded pistols here. You need to.
I will highlight something, though. In that game, that Heroic's last loss on record, on Inferno, Gambit got a 12-3 CT half.
Okay.
And it went back 16-14.
Well, let's see if we run that one back one more time. Tassus here with a chance. Doesn't convert. No head armor. He goes down. The bodies are dropping here for Heroic. This is sketchy. Down.
I don't think he's scared at all. Oh, now he is. Missing that shot. He knows they're going to try and close the gap, and he has done very well to get around the corner. He knows it's going to be a bait. Can't pull the trigger in time, or at least not adjust, because now they have the sight, and Axel with the AWP is a perfect weapon for this job. No smoke needed. I'll just take the fight. Cadian's ready. And so the CTs do have a man advantage for this plant. Look at Nafany, by the way, in apps. I don't think they're going to be playing for the win unless Inters fancies himself a full 1 versus 3. Nafany is on A site. Yeah, if they take their time. He's already thrown out the smoke to isolate the potential Banana on the post.
Oh, no.
He's quick.
Oh, no.
And he's already found Cadian. This could spiral now. Gambit.
He's coming.
No way Shush is expecting this. Is even an AWP for him to pick up and play with. He now does strike with a P250. Inter's found, but the time now favors them. Refresh, he's going for the hold. Pros do not fake. Nafany doesn't call the bluff in time.
Oh!
Big play, brave from Refresh. Stares him down and pulls to the round 9 for Heroic, right down to the wire, and Nafany playing a absolute 5D backgammon with the late flank.
Oh, they need to take a timeout here, Heroic, or something, because these rounds that should be gimmies are so tight, right? They are so ridiculously close. Think about how much Gambit just got out of that round. The bomb goes down, they kill 4 players. All that reinvestment again from Heroic. It looks ugly. They're not going to be able to build a bank if they can't keep any of these clean.
Oh, they got this quick mid-smoke, which usually enables a bit of early util to be deployed deeper down mid. Refresh is talking about a bit of an early push, in fact.
Oh, there's a big gap on this. If he keeps on going on through, we'll have to get past Axel, who's noisy now.
Just throwing his util, so Refresh not only catching Nafany, but now he knows Axel's close and immediately seizes the opportunity to retreat. That's great. You couldn't ask for more. As a CT side, an untraded opening kill. Back into your setup, not extracted from the pack. Dreamy. In fact, Refresh from a frag on apps is going to be on B before we even know it.
But Gambit are heading towards A. Nobody in Banana whatsoever, and they just smoked off that long side. If they pop out apps right now, it's just one man, and that man is Shush in pit. Does not really have help whatsoever.
think he feels a bit of a tingle.
Here they come.
Yeah, they're going so fast. No way. Shush has got the first chance. It's Cadian that stops him from touching the ground. And Cadian again, actually locking them down. More to come. Inter's barrel spotted. Cadian 3 frags in quick succession. Shiro was his next victim. Now it's his turn to work his magic. An entire squad up against him. Shush over the smoke, can't spot him, can't adjust. A nice play. Heroic, a 10th.
Okay.
Yeah, right back into an even keel. That's a full loss bonus now for Gambit. 3 in a row found by the defense.
Oh, and timeout taken by them as well, just to talk through their options. Good stuff there from Cadian. Big impact here. Flashed just fades in time.
God, that's exactly what you want from your AWPer. You know, you described it as Shush being alone. Cadian really does reframe that whole conversation. Can be so difficult to be able to contribute with when they're doing a fast A take with flashes as an AWPer. To be able to find that many impactful frags speaks volumes of his capability. That's great.
I wonder what Gambit are going to opt for here, right? Because we know that the money is a bit scuffed. You mentioned the loss bonus situation, but there's 4.2 on Hobbit, 4.2 on Inters. It looks like they're just going to go for a partial buy. And, you know, you can't hate it. Think about that eco round. Nafany gets so many kills. Think about the other one we had just before when Nafany's flanking through spawn as well. Winter's doing the best and Axel picking up that AWP. They can win a round like this. So if I'm heroic, I'm scared no matter what I go into. Quick up Banana. Nafany now leading the charge. Hobbit ready to extinguish any Molotovs, but nothing lobbed on out just yet. There's one.
It does push him forward before his teammate could smoke it. That works out wonderfully. The 1-2 punch. Another early man advantage for Heroic. This game is not done. An 11-4 half. It's one better than the last time they faced. It seems Heroic might be able to do one better on our second as well.
3 players over towards B now. It's a risky gamble, but they still have top mid control. Oh, tagged on the peak there.
Yeah, Hobbit just willy-nilly peeks. Tries to go wide, hoping he could try and punish the AWPer, but there was support in Tessus.
Smoked off now, just looking for anything they can here. Axel has top mid control, so he can call the teammates back and they can start looking for picks towards short, towards long. This is completely for free and still dangerous. Cadian's going forward.
Yeah, and he's called Shush to join him. Tucked on the hay bales. Cadian. Ready and collects. Scout the AK. I definitely wouldn't fancy my chances, and that's coming all too easy. Soon to read 11.
Like another kill, Inters, I'm sure. How much are they going to give him here?
They're very passive, so Shush does have no one to help. And a bomb,
get the bomb down.
Oh, that's actually a dream. There you go. Every member of Gambit given a gift. And it's the one that keeps on giving. $800 for everyone.
They always make it so difficult, right? I think like a lot of players, when they're getting down to those final, 10, 15 seconds, will just run out and go for that frag and probably die in a crossfire. But if you just sit and you're trying to isolate, this is what Gambit do on all their occasions. I think when we can see, or we think the round is done, for them, they're thinking long game. They're thinking, okay, an extra kill is good, or if I hold on to this AK, we can still buy next round anyway. They're always on top of those little details. And like getting a plant there, you're right, like that has done so much. They were already on a save. They were still buying this round anyway, but that's extra $800 right here for everybody. The flow-on effects for that, if they keep hampering Heroic's rounds, it's going to be rough. Very rough indeed. 3 players top B from Heroic. Get in with the AWP. T-side smoke. Molly behind it, looking like they want to boost up. And oh, that nade is brutal.
Yeah, but he's so set for success here. Hobbit actually aware and nearly loses his life there, Cadian. A bullet to him. Hobbit, just by existing and just by stopping that boost from getting any early information, is denied a lot on the B side. They do try and lean towards A, and oh, when I say they, I should have meant both squads leaning towards A now. They stack 4 into the site at the 60-second mark.
They'll be in front of these smokes. This is a good rotation, as long as the hit comes in behind it.
Up mid now. Heroic think they've got the read. Tessus, he's got so much util, but he wants to fight instead. Loses it out. 1 frag's good, but Shiro's done better. 2. Gambit have an advantage in a smoke that does mean the mid to B is a possibility. They're walking apps though, keeping them guessing. Shush, nice double. Needs a reload. Cadian can't fill the gap if Shiro takes him down. Everything so far coming from the AWPer. And now the whole round has to as well. He found all three. An ace clutch, the only way Gambit post to 14th here in our 25th.
And they split up as well. They are worried about the pivot back towards the B bomb site. Shiro's coming A.
How much room is Shush giving him? Okay, so he's actively ready to fight, and that could be an advantage. Back turned. And a relief, I'm sure. Heroic 12. And no hero moment from Shiro just yet.
Okay, we're back in the mix now. Things are looking much better for Heroic here in this second half. That plant that we saw go down earlier, and this impact from Shiro on the AWP, evades the flash, steps on out, gets 2 lovely kills. The third was nice too. But this was integral from Shush. He doesn't get that. They are well and truly out of this one, Heroic.
Oh, he's nearly turning around. You never like that. That spray gets a little too long. We've all been there.
Shiro gets his AWP again. Cadian very risky on this.
Yeah, he's desperate to shut down second mid. It's a bit of a gamble. Nothing to be punished, though. Intention of that incendiary, or Molotov, I should say, is purely to stop anyone pushing off the back of the deep smoke, and that's what Hobbit's now pushed through to contain. Oh, perfect off the flash. Just as Stan was looking to maintain control, he's lost it.
Still 2 here, they have to fight.
Yeah, this could be a bit of a bait. They might think there's only going to be 1 there. The smoke comes out, they try and disrespect, and look at the massacre. 3, in fact, on the 1 clip. Tessus doesn't even go for the reload. 6 was enough for the 3rd. And Gambit, that's just completely fallen apart. They found the early frag.
Saving.
And yeah, to spawn it will have to be another heroic round. This is only, they've got 2 to show for it, Chad, and 1 of them was the pistol.
Yeah, and when we talk about those eco rounds, they're the ones we get the most excited about, right? Nafany in multiple occasions here, so this is great towards top banana. I loved how cheeky Stown was, right? Using that T-smoke against them, jumping at the half wall for as much info as he could. But Tessus, masterful stuff, and well, an important round. We still have 30 seconds to wait this one out, but considering how these rounds are played out for Heroic, I don't think they'll be sending many bodies to hunt. Max loss bonus coming on through again for Gambit, and, well, you're not going to get the loss bonus for Axel and Shiro. That's why they're holding on to this AWP, and AK will not be afforded otherwise. And it might be one of these situations where they are only half buy, right? Where they only half buy around what they have left over so that they can have a full gun round in the following.
Sure.
But either way, Heroic have made a game of this. And this grand final, I won't lie, with the scoreline that we saw and just how honest Heroic were kept throughout that first half, it was looking pretty bleak, right? At least in this second half, Gambit are contesting in a lot of these T rounds. They're forcing the issue, not just getting blown out of the server in the same way Heroic did. But best of 5. We always say it's a marathon, not a sprint. The cliche, it's a beautiful one.
It stands true. So did this spray. 6 bullets left as he finds that quick adjustment. Did have his teammate alongside, though. It did seem like Heroic, that 3-man stack B pays off. It's going to be another timeout out of Gambit. Just want to think this through. Don't forget they've had plenty of them, whether it's official or eco.
And they have 1 more left after this, so considering the lead they had, they've bled through these very quickly. Oh, Shiro's got a lot to say, so must have a plan that he wants to pull off with the AWP. Having someone talking as actively like this, especially one of the individuals saving a weapon. Okay, lots of words out of the mouth of Shiro here.
Holy moly.
I don't read lips or speak Russian, so I'm no help in this scenario,
No,
but that's a lot. It's all Shiro.
And you can see his cadence as well. Like he's directing individuals there.
Well, they went all in behind this. So important rounds here for Gambit. Very important. At the very least, they need to get the bomb down.
Cannot afford to stomach an early frag. Hasn't held them back before. Heroic have overcome a couple of early ones, but so far, Stown's actually taking a lot of space. Previously caught out by the flash, but when you're this pushed up, you're probably safe from the flash from T stairs.
Is he going?
No,
he's going?
He's actually pushing?
Oh.
That's okay, just a threat, I guess. Oh, another deep smoke, but they make it clear that the control of Banana is lost.
That's so sketchy right there. If he goes through, what a risk that would have been from Stown.
Jesus. Flash and did push a little, just to keep them
stuck on some clipping. All right. Well, a minute on the clock, and now the AWP's going to find its space. Working up mid. Smoke towards top banana late is going to deny a lot of vision for Heroic here. Oh, cancel that. Cadian wants it back immediately. Boost it up.
He's probably just saying, stay ready on A. Nothing to report. He wants to test long. Test is to be smoked. Flash for the go. It looks good. Aiming.
Oh, no!
He's absolutely
Tamir
lost it. Gambit find their early frag. Trying to pick up the pieces Tessus is left for them to deal with. They're in ZT. It's a good 1-for-1. Cadian's actually got a collat. 2 with 1 bullet. And now the bomb will be retrieved. This is Shiro's call. You said they need a bomb plant minimum. The round's certainly up for debate still. 20 seconds as that bomb plant comes in. Shiro going for a plant deep fountain. They're up banana fast. Hobbit can't contest with this immediately. They actually want to deny the flames? That's a lot. Shiro needs confirmation as to both of their positioning. And there's the first. Nice find. Shush aware of the new box AWP. Hobbit can start his flank. Shiro just trying to bait as best he can. Just been turning it on. The headshot's there, but the frag is Shiro. Okay, nice wrap. Tessus is going to be kicking himself. He couldn't find 1 or 2 there.
Yeah, that was an absolute nightmare from Tessus. You could see just 4 players in front of him completely flashed and not even converting a frag. Could have been the difference making a round like this, but Shiro confirm his 23rd kill, and what impact that was from him. It was double AWPs to defend against the retake. So that means double AWPs carried through into round number 28. We have 4 AWPs on the table here.
Well, it breaks their 6-round silence. Gambit back on the board with their 14th. Let's see if they can string together anything here. They haven't been able to do it, and again, a big opening from a Heroic sniper. And another sniper fills the feed, in fact. On A this time, Cadian catching Axile. He's often up to funny business in the apartments. This time he doesn't even get to make it there.
There's a cheeky line, I think, being held. Double AWPs on the T side.
Yes, Down is in such a prime position to find this frag.
Barrel spotted.
And the frag collected. Short-lived success for Gambit. Heroic not letting this one go easy. Cadian does get caught by that flick. Yeah, just exposed to refresh, and it doesn't get better than that. 100 health bars at the end of that one.
Oof. That kill onto Axile and Boiler, I think Cadian was playing behind their own mid-smoke, and he can get this slither gap through that mid. This is it right here. Look at the tiniest of gaps he's working with to make that kill. And it's a big kill because it was just multiple AWP frags all across the map. And you have to think about the Gambit financial situation as well. They had the double AWPs, so they had to kind of hold on to them. And look at this buy. This is for 15. Tech 9s, Mac 10s. We're going fast B.
Down greets them with an AWP. Flames on the floor. Standing in limbo, and there's going to be more damage. Inters lives on. A smoke to try and segregate them. Shush is on a very fast flank, and he has the weapon for the job. Good find. Gambit. These Mac 10s have been slowed down. The Incendiary is going to really force their hand as well. Long range with the Mac 10. Not bad. Up against the rifle. He's actually giving them a way back out of Banana now.
Cadian's trying to cover this from top mid, but look at the HP. Surely this is a Heroic round. Surely this is the Heroic 15th.
Certainly seems that way. Inters is tucked into the corner. Tessus well aware that it's still a possibility. Dreaming of a HE. Doesn't have one. Nafany's been given Shush's M4 though, and he is the healthiest member of the squad. Not anymore. Cadian continues to keep them locked in. This is such a big round as well. The fact that they went for that conservative buy could put 15 on the board for Heroic from an 11-4 half. A 7-round lead for Gambit coming into their attack. It's been completely closed up, and now the advantage to be taken by Heroic for the first time this game.
Oh, smoke hit him. That's going to give something away. They're going in. Or are they? They're just back and forth. This is in limbo, boys. You got no HP.
Yeah, they're just hoping something gets given to them. Something. Inter's not going to have anything to contribute. And yeah, Axile, the 8 HP, 1v4. He's good. Not that good. 15 for Heroic. Hello. That's that point. It was their pick, and to be able to convert it in regulation, no less, after staring down the barrel of just an 11-4 half, this is going to be a redemption arc for Heroic already.
Yeah, they lost both pistols in a game like this. So for Heroic, this is huge. This is absolutely huge.
Very interested to know what the Death's take on Gambit's T side has been as well.
Yeah, like these double orbs have clearly been successful in finding opening picks, but there was rounds as well. And I think the reason that I'm not sold in believing that this is the current scoreline is just how sketchy some of those eco rounds got.
Sure,
They were some of the more threatening rounds coming out of Gambit here. And, well, the hand on their head, it's never a good sign. And they do have enough money for the buy for the final round of play here. Where are they going to find the gaps? Lots of players cooling on off in this second half. That round they did where they executed really heavy A and then just planted their feet top mid, and the duels were super awkward for Heroic, right? Because they had no openings. It was kind of like a 5-on-3 on that A. But hold up a second. It's 4-man top banana lean here out the gate. So they're going to push through for full control, or are they just going to set up their teammates with the utility?
Well, I mean, they already did the fake full banana aggression. Maybe this is the real one. We'll find out. Early util dropped, and Shush deters Nafany's early info walk.
Shush's rotation is still miles away. Refresh is coming back. We'll be in library any second. They're walking up mid.
Maybe that was just to bodyguard the potential, like, YOLO B call. They're up mid now. Tristan Incendiary bought them enough time to get the rotate in. Cadian is in library. Can be smoked off. Can he, though? Yeah, they're going... Whew, they're working with very little here, Chad. We've still got 70 seconds, and these guys have got to try and get into the site against 2 AWPs with 2 smokes.
This is not going to be easy at all. Well, everybody's here. It's just Hobbit now lobs out a smoke. They're going on arch side.
Flash for Tessus to have a look. And Cadian wants to contest as well. They want to stand and fight. Heroic. Best defense, a good offense. And he does hit the first. Sends Nafany back down. Forced to watch.
No!
No! Disaster strikes for Shiro. Puts one into Inters. Friendly fire. Trying to bail himself out of trouble is Hobbit. Cadian's been caught as well. Perhaps Shiro can redeem himself. Hobbit from long, another shot hits. Shiro's hitting everyone, teammates and galore. Hobbit trades. Shiro's down, but they have the advantage down to secure it in regulation. He was the B player, they know it all too well. Hobbit with a safe plant, can't be found from shore. Axel digged into the pit. He's got so much util, but Stown just wants to have a little look, and by crouching, he may not be spotted. Axel does spot him, but he's unscathed. That's a good bit of info. Hobbit's low.
Fighting.
Double peek. Oh, white transfer in time. All right, we need more. More than regulation. More rounds for the first map of the best of 5. Gambit Heroic to be separated in OT in 3.
Shots in the man with the plot and we only go bombs away. Ain't no one protecting my mind as a weapon, that's why I'm a dominate. Taking advantage of every second, now I ain't got time to waste. They all tryna sign my name, they want me to sign my name. Counting the blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, now everybody gon' witness. Only difference between us is I ain't stop till I finish, yeah. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. You thought that I was blind, but to be honest, I don't mind. Cause I don't feel the same way I used to do. Every time I see you, I know the truth. Cause baby, every fucking time you've played me, you should know that I don't give a single fuck about you and your words. All the times you lied to me, I took notes. I don't know what to say. I thought you loved me, but you ran away.
right, folks, overtime to separate Gambit and Heroic. They couldn't quite manage to decide who was the best in regulation. They trade 11-4 halves. And now we return with what seems to be a slight delay. Axile AWOL, looks like to work it out. You can see headsets are off, so do bear with us as we get our players back in under those perfect gaming conditions.
Yeah, nothing sucks the excitement out of an overtime as a tech issue, but...
what's optimal gaming conditions for you, Chad?
I reckon probably a mild 22 degrees.
22, okay.
I did enjoy having my shoes on while gaming just then, so that was pretty nice. No distractions, no TV on, I don't want the radio playing, nothing like that.
What about lights on or lights off?
I like lights off.
You do the full dark LAN room.
Full dark, I needed the, you know, look what Heroic
light.
have going here. You know, a little bit of outside light coming through, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, we should be getting this one back underway momentarily. Just had a bit of an FPS bug into a Steam logon issue, but Axile's back in. So I can tell you, we're about to get this one back underway. MR3 16K.
Okay, what did we learn from our regulation, Chadney?
Double ops of Heroic were finding a lot of opening picks. That is not going to be easy to replicate. And when we had Gambit on the T side, they were struggling with ideas, but one of the things that worked is when they did that set A piece, smoking off library, long side, getting up and really making things janky. So Heroic, if they want to answer back to that, they will need more of those opening frags so they can't be executed on. It will be another technical timeout called, so sorry, everybody.
Yeah. So one thing I will say, while we head into another tech timeout, is that to your point, we haven't seen those double ops purchased in the first. Now, I imagine that's a product of, you know, even though it's MR16, you probably don't want to be in those awkward situations where you end up Cadian's gagging for an AWP in the third.
Yeah, when you have 16K and you lose that first round on the CT side, it does become an issue. Yeah. You're hoping that maybe one of your teammates can drop it so you can get it in the third if you continue to get clean sheeted.
So no dorps.
No. But Shiro there in their final stages, right, even with that TK, bailed them out in a big way, AWPing up short. So let's see. We haven't seen a whole lot of biffing early from Gambit on Banana. So if Heroic want, they can almost just leave one man over there. It'll be Tessus and Stown starting on B. Cadian looks like he's set for a mid pick.
Oh, he was ready for that. He used the knees as enough of a cue to catch Nafni. He knocks his beret clean off.
It's a big shot.
Hanging with the very best in this grand final. Showing what they're worth. Cadian finds his first. Hobbit wants to try and return the favor. He is pushed up on half or by the molly. The smoke does guise his advance. Nades and Molotovs. And a Hail Mary push. Good grief, Stown nearly gets two. He does. By virtue of the nade, Cadian shuts him down what he started with the transfer. And Gambit is still ringing. Knocked off balance, off kilter by the aggression on Banana.
These are the two you want alive. Axel and Shiro here on a 2-on-4. They've got long control, a minute on the clock, and well, footsteps will be heard now.
Yeah, and when Refresh releases that crouch key, action transpires. Oh, Axile from behind. Tessus will strike, screaming, stay in. And you can see Shiro's decision making. He's trying to piece this together as and when.
There's a gap on mid to B here.
There is. And I think he might try and leap through it.
If he pips this, there's still plenty of time.
Tessus will have a look, won't he, off the flash. And there goes Shiro. Nice play from Heroic. And a dream start. Finding early frags and converting them. Another tech. Okay, seems like Gambit are having their fair share of issues here.
We've lost Axile again. It's all good. We'll get this one underway as quick as we can. We do have a long series ahead of us. So, you know, if you want to right now, maybe stand up and stretch. It's going to be necessary. If you're going to sit on the couch for what could be a whole 7 hours, you're going to have a rough go of it.
Yeah, make sure you're doing your stretches.
I have not been doing my physical activity, and I've done that classic thing where I've told myself Monday, which is tomorrow, you know, I'm going to get back on that horse.
Yeah.
And I asked Anders on Twitter to send me a motivational message in the morning. He did this morning. It was just we had to come straight into work, so I didn't have the time.
But at least he's already taken that to heart.
Yeah, if he continues it, and I asked for it every day.
Yeah.
If he manages to live up to the hype of every day, I'll be very impressed. I can't do anything every day. Breathing.
Well, you do
a little bit of water.
Do all of that every day. Play CS pretty much every day. Talk about the CS every day. So lots of things you can do every day.
Okay, just not work out, apparently.
Just not work out, look after yourself, channel the same amount of energy you channel into other people, into yourself.
Read the book that I've got sitting there on the shelf.
Yeah.
Now, we have been told it's all good.
I didn't get told. So there's no we here.
Well, I kind of
I
assumed knowledge.
You were getting VIP treatment.
No.
I wanted Tom to whisper in my ear.
Well, we could do that later.
All right. There's a time and a place.
Yeah, the freeze time ticking on down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Away we go. A little bit of a stalled start to this one, but Cadian, if he can find another opening like that, he'll be very, very lucky to do so.
Gambit's T-side's been struggling, and now aggression being thrown into the mix. Previously an AWP frag in mid, now they want to try and send the AK straight in. Dirty work done. Inter's nice, quick to the draw. Bomb loose on the floor just for a moment. Now it's Heroic that will have to overcome this disadvantage, and at this moment in time, you can't get any answers up mid if you're shush. You've got so much to do. Does he have util? Yes.
Yeah, but all the eggs.
Oh, look at that! I mean, he doesn't even know if they're swinging on him long. Look at the things he's checking. Like
they're gambling B and hoping that they just end.
This is better. I like that. Tuck in, I suppose. It's such a nasty little pre-fire. Axal's an apartments nerd. Don't forget that. He's been sitting in that corner all too often. He knows the intricacies of it, and just going to try and catch a timing. Oh, Axal ready. Ready as ever.
Well, that's all the A defenders dead. They've killed Cadian, they've killed Refresh, and now they've killed Shush. It's just down, and Tessa's currently over towards B, and, well, I don't know, maybe Stown could hold the AK. That would be the only thing worth saving, right? You can't buy one of those on the CT side, but they have, I guess, conceded the second round. They're going to walk into Shiro's AWP. Well, they were going to run into Shiro's AWP. 2 AKs. All right. May as well have a look.
See what's popping. Oh, Shiro, he hears it. And he suspects contact. Easy as that. Trigger onto the first. Tessus is there, and Naxal's swing is met by Lead. Good shots. Tessus, he's got a kit. Really light on time, though. He needs to be on the site in about 5 seconds. And it'll be Nafany to confirm Gambit's return. This is MR3. 3 rounds on either side. First to that magic number of 4, of course, 21.
19.
I was thinking about...
Yeah, we're going to get to the script does say double OT.
Yeah.
So we're going to get there soon. Don't worry about that.
We go again, I was going to say, but not to be. 19, maths is hard. That's why I talk for a living.
Yeah, 19 to win, 18 to go again. And here we go again. All back in the hands of Cadian. The aggressive maneuver didn't quite land right there from Heroic. So he's trying his luck over towards top B, over towards Logs. The jump on in from Nafany. Ollie back. Cadian cannot pick, and, well, the rallies of nades and banana. Definitely a lot being lobbed. Look at all the utility used from Gambit early here. Now that they have this B control, they might just want to explode onto the site. Haven't seen them do anything too quick on the trigger.
Cadian may not expect this. Oh, what an angle from Hobbit. And what a way to find an early frag. Onto the AWPer, no less. He punishes that tendency. That late re-clear. That AWP fight that often favors Cadian.
Oh, this trap in top mid is perfect if Heroic don't rotate away. 3 here to deal with this.
Oh, not elevated, no boost, so it comes down to just timing. And they'll smoke Boiler to focus their attention mid, and on the flash, Inters is ready. Gets awkward now, trying to bait them in. They want to flash and go, but they're back to B. Hobbit still hasn't moved. And it might even catch him. Oh, he heard him drop off. It's down. Great reactions, and another on the spray. Oh my God, he gets 3. He's made a round out of this. They lost 2 players early, but Stown on his solo B hold has made it competitive and a little intimidating. Axel forced back into the site. The smoke a little deeper than he'd have liked. And they're working their way through construction. Now, there is an incendiary. They'll throw that towards Shiro's position. That's great. It's going to spread. He's got to move. And he is out into the open. Shush collects. This is amazing from Heroic. And Axel can't handle it either. They do successfully retake the B site, and 2 on the CT side from Heroic.
Great stuff from Stown there. Bang on, that triple kill, that is exactly what they're looking for and exactly what they needed, because it looked like Gambit, now that everybody has all the money, everything they need for these rounds, they're looking like the team more in control. So Stown has just bailed them out in a big way. Heroic tried to come at this with a bit of chaos, the re-aggression, picking on in, taking the fights, and Gambit handled it until that moment right there. Huge stuff from Stown. There you go, there's Cadian getting fired up. We need a bit of that here as we dip back into the second half of
if you didn't catch it, ESL CS tweeted out a little bit of the clip of the comms from Heroic so far in this game. My goodness, is it loud. It does sound like a war cry. After Refresh's 1v1 and Ninja defuse. Shiro flashing and peeking. Okay, he wants blood, and he actually just catches a little lead. Back up. One shot from the AK is just warning him off the line.
I think they had the most success, Heroic, when they were heading over towards B and punishing the 2 players on the site. That was remedied by having Shiro more mobile with that AWP, but lots of bodies in Banana here for Heroic as they're making their way up. The AWP shots used to disguise how much truly is behind it. Gonna go for one of these peaks again, Cadian. Oh, they're setting up a boost for this. How long did they wait? They've done a great job of getting that smoke out early. Traditionally, Nafany and Hobbit holding on to their nades for extended periods of time. Now just down to 1 flash and a Molotov. Shiro rotating over here in time. Has the AWP. A flash to help. Hobbit's pushing.
Yeah, he spotted Tessus actually super far back. May not have spotted the bomb, but their suspicions are certainly correct. And they managed to get another smoke out of them, but at 30 seconds, oh, with a huge gap. Heroic going for a super late execute here, Chad. It's actually Shiro still in limbo. He's actually headed back to CT. He'll be there in time. So much util used. 20 seconds. They still don't know what's happening. Here comes the commit. All 5 Danes flooding in to the spray of Nafany. 1 for 1. Trade's good. Good enough for a plant. Shiro exercising patience, as is Refresh. If he even considers a jiggle, Shiro's quick enough to punish that. Doesn't need to move a muscle. Little bit of nade damage. CTs are begging Shiro to find the opening. You'll hear the scope. Shush readies himself for war. And he does manage to just crab walk out, and now Refresh takes contact as well. And no hope, no surrender. Heroic take 18 right out of the gates on the T side.
Oof, okay, they've secured double OT at least here, Heroic, and this is going to allow them to be a bit more free in the next 2. Pressure onto Gambit here.
11-4 down, Chad. We go 15-15, now 18 Heroic. Starting very slowly, but have really whirred this engine into a fully functional beast.
See how they're not really worried about flanks there, Heroic? This is one of the things with Gambit on a map like this. You're not traditionally going to get pushed too much there because Inters and Axile are just playing what feels like a 2-man A-hold. Shiro's over here towards top Banana in the early stages, and I think B might be the finish again for Heroic here. Is really where they found the lion's share of the success on the T side. Molly's going to come out, sandbag, mouth of Banana. Laden with flames. Cannot be picking. That flash is lined on up. Pushing.
Flash is going to catch him if they're not anti.
No one's anti.
They throw nades towards Shiro, though, and that tag up, and they fall down. Okay, so we've got a double nade. He's got a double kill. He's definitely trumped them there. Oh, and then more nade damage just to sour the mood further.
Someone needs to make a play from Heroic here. That top Banana smoke might actually draw them in. You know, they could creep into it, get a pop flash, and try and go through. Nafany to the site, the boost up on the flower pots, and
they could still lose this, you know. Like, if that B take comes in quick, Shiro's going back to A. There's only 2 here. If they find one of these early on the boost, Hobbit not getting checked, and Nafany already drawing attention elsewhere. The backs are turned and the bodies are dropped. Gambit 17, and a clean one as well. They'll take that. Even recovering an AK for their troubles. What's the final call then, Heroic? You've succeeded at B. Lost early casualties to a Shiro Collat. Here it is in his POV.
oh,
Nearly through. Oh my God, it wasn't far off, you know. Stan was just swinging, the spacing not there. That could have been even more disastrous.
all right. Do they want Snake a bit quicker out the gates here, Heroic? Looks like a couple of members up through second mid. If they have a pocket strat now would be the perfect time. Cadian taking the AWP fast up alt middle to pick on towards this arch side, wanting to punish the 2 players holding A time and time again. Inters and Axile. AWP through the boiler. That's a new look. Shiro's taken some damage. Cadian's mounted on up now, and the A defense of Axile and Inters is definitely going to be tested.
Look. Axile.
Oh!
Okay, that's it. Flash though. Cadian knows he's got an advantage here. They're not expecting him here. Smoke long, cautious of the spray. You can see not willing to take that fight without someone to cover his booty.
Nafany's rotated over now with a full kit and nades to help this out.
That's a lot of early mid-pressure. Grief. Tessus could just bait that incendiary out early. He'll be living in a dreamland. Okay, so Stan will be heading on back to provide the smoke. Just as the CTs blooms themselves. So they might want to flash and go through this. That does not sound fun, though. Grey screen, no info, even an incendiary to stop it. They are using everything. Nice use for their utility, but Gambit are running a light on smokes and mollies. In fact, none remain. That's it.
Being funneled to short, but if they go up short, Axile and Inters, they've been eating them alive on this crossfire.
Oh, God, yeah, I forgot all about that first half. Every time Heroic tried to go away, it was Axile and Inters with 2 quick frags and everyone else falling by the wayside. Here they come. Nafany goes down, looking great for Heroic. Really good for Heroic as Down snatches his 29th frag. The A defenders fall flat as a pancake, and yeah,
This could be it.
Hobbit's face says it all. The realization that this super strong start, the super high highs you rode in the first half, now here in the, essentially the fourth. On overtime, Cadian can close it right now. He's flashed off the line. It's a good start. They need much more. And ahead of the Flames, Hobbit catches Tessus. That's testing them.
Oh!
Great shot through the smoke from Shiro. If only they had more time. Star potential all over the server. Shiro in, and that's it. Heroic erupt with their map pick conversion. Incredibly close quarters. 11-4. They trade it back. And now we prepare ourselves for Vertigo. We're flying to the tippy top for our second map of the series. Best of 5 finals, Heroic